all of you. We'll give you an opportunity to get in, come on in this morning. As we always say, we thank God for another day. As always, we know the Lord is great and he is greatly to be praised. Yes, he is. All right, come on in. It's a wonderful day. Good morning, Sam Brooks, Mother Norment. Good morning to you. Let's go ahead and start sharing, liking, subscribing. As a matter of fact, go to YouTube. Tell your family and friends, go to YouTube and subscribe to my Real Talk with the Bishop page. And we will do what we do, man. Good morning, Mr. Griffin. Marcia, good morning. And Jeray, hello to you. Waiting on my Instagram folk to come on. I was on a little vacation last week, and I'm back in the saddle, inspired, fired up about life. Hello, somebody. Determined to live my best life. We'll talk about that today in some aspect. Live your best life. Thank you, Tammy Leo Williams, for sharing. I would ask all of you to share this morning. Let's get the word out. Family, friends, loved ones, let's get these numbers up. The world needs an alternative, my Lord, in terms of God's word, in terms of life skills, sound wisdom, sound doctrine. I'm telling you, there's so much going on. It's scary in terms of, the movie industry, entertainment, rather, all that stuff is impacted in some way or another. That is not necessarily God's kingdom. However, I want to make sure, at least from my standpoint, that I give you an alternative. Good morning, Shirley Williams. Good morning. Good morning, Angie. Good morning. All right, let's get started. I know, hey, Bridget. Good morning to you, Bridget, and you in California. So I was up this morning, and as I do in this season, and frankly, moving forward, I do it anyway, but more definitively, I make sure that I start my day out with prayer. That's standard, obviously, my devotion. But also in my devotion, I listen to motivational speakers and things of that sort, because you got to get re-energized. You have to get refocused every day. You have to dial down the negative energy and increase the information that's going to catapult you and transition you to fulfilling purpose and destiny in your life. And that's important. It's very important, because communication is a functional part of our lives every day. Why not control the narrative? Make the decision, right? So for the next week or so, we're going to talk about fear and overcoming the fear factor. All of us contend with fear. There's no one that is living today, no matter what level of social entity or platform you're on, wherever you are in your walk with God, financially, educationally. Fear is a part of life, you all. We're human. And we all have frailties and deficiencies and things that we're working on. We should be anyway. It's a fact of life. So overcoming the fear factor. All right. So what is the fear factor? It's a noun. It's a person, it's a place, or a thing. That's the obviously the category it falls in. But it is a feeling of apprehension, or fear is usually viewed as a reason not to do something, a cause of such a feeling, the extent to which such a feeling predominates. My God, predominates. So the fear factor, according to this definition, can predominate life decisions. The fear of being alone, the fear of living your best life, the fear of letting people go and the potential consequences and potential opinion of others, and the fear of letting your children become adults and let them go on and live their life. Concern that you have as a parent, that some of the negative connotations that life affords. So we're talking about overcoming the fear factor. The word overcome means to conquer a problem, to struggle successfully against a difficulty or an enemy. This is good stuff already. Overcome. When you overcome something, overcome fear, it means to overcome means to conquer a problem, to conquer a problem. listen to me, conquer a problem, to struggle successfully against a difficulty or an enemy. My God from glory. Listen to me. You don't overcome without a struggle. You don't become a better version of you. You don't become a better person without a struggle. Your good health is not achieved in a closet. Financial freedom is not achieved, not being exposed to potential and opportunities to spend money and to waste money. We're talking about overcoming now. All right, it's challenging. It's difficult. It's going to be difficult, very difficult. However, we're talking about overcoming the fear factor. Listen to this. I'm going to give you some quotes. Dr. Smiley Blanton said, "Fear is the most subtle and destructive of all human diseases." Fear is the most subtle, or subtile is a better way to pronounce that. It can be cunning and crafty. It can be deceptive. And he says it's most subtle and destructive of all human fears. My God. Destructive. Fear is destructive. Les Brown says most people are not living their dreams because of fear. Most people are not living their dreams because of fear. And I thought about that. What is this to me? What's your dream? What's your dream life? What do you see in your future? What do you see yourself? And so you have to ask yourself, am I living my dream life? Am I taking the steps necessary to live my dream life? Am I evaluating the people around me and the connectivity to those individuals? The time I spend with them? What I listen to? What they're saying? Come on, yo. Are they enabling me, or are they empowering me? Hey, I'm just saying, your dream, do you have to? I'm a big dreamer, you all. And I can be intimidating. I can be intimidating because I dream big. I talk big. I believe big. Let me help you. As a young man, I envisioned myself standing before large crowds. Didn't know I was going to be pastoring. I didn't know I was going to be pastoring once upon a time, one of the largest churches in St. Louis County. I didn't know that. I didn't know that, but I had a big dream. I had a big dream that one day I'd be reaching masses of people. Didn't know what vocation, what profession, but I knew within me there was something great in me that was summoning me to come to my future. Hear me, somebody. There's something this morning that's summoning you to come to your future. And fear will paralyze us. Listen to this. The greatest hindrance to faith, and this is on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, etc. Not Instagram anyway, on the platform. The greatest hindrance to faith is not the absence of God's power. The greatest hindrance to faith is fear. When we mismanage our fears, it leaves us spiritually, emotionally, socially, and psychologically paralyzed. My God. Let me say that again. When we mismanage our fears, it leaves us spiritually, emotionally, socially, and psychologically paralyzed. Spiritually, there are people who say, well, I would go to church, but I would go to church. I could say, but I would serve God, but I'd give more to the kingdom, but fear. There are folk who have been emotionally traumatized by life, and you live in a place of fear where you're afraid to try again. You're afraid to trust people. You've been hurt by a pastor or a church member, and you shut down because you don't want to be hurt again. Who wants to be hurt again? But I found out that pain, rejections were necessary for me to become the man I am today. So emotionally, fear, you're emotionally in a state of fear, you're paralyzed. And you cannot enlarge your territory. You cannot succeed in life if you shut down because you got hurt, because you got damaged by somebody. Hello, somebody. You have to understand from a social standpoint, if you are socially disconnected, how are you going to be able to engage and network and build relationships if you're bound by fear socially? Psychologically, if you are mentally, you've disconnected because of what happened to you, what trauma you've gone through as a child, then you're present, but you're absent because psychologically, fear has paralyzed you. So we're going to talk about this week. We're going to talk about it. Fulton Oursler, I think it's Oursler says, many of us crucify ourselves between two thieves: regret for the past and fear of the future. Wow. Many of us, I quote, he says, many of us crucify ourselves between two thieves: regret for the past and fear of the future. My God. Man, let me tell you something. People ask me about certain paths in terms of my journey. Do you regret this? Do you regret that? Do you regret, I don't want to go into what they are focusing on. I said, well, no, I don't regret. I don't regret this. Now, there are things I do regret, obviously, but there's certain areas that I don't regret. Why? Because I made the decision. I live by my convictions, and the consequences is what they are. I wish obviously things could be different, but I can't live a life of regret. We all gonna make mistakes. We all gonna miscalculate. We're all gonna get it wrong. That don't mean every decision I made was the right decision. I made some bad decisions. I made a lot of them. But I can't live in regret. I can't live in regret to the point that it paralyzes me to the degree that I am afraid to try again, to get up again. Hello, somebody. So we're going to talk about the fear factor this week. I just feel led to get you to that place where your dreams become a reality, that you're taking the steps to prune and to remove the people that are in your circle that are not feeding your dream. Hello, somebody. All right, you all got to go. Have a wonderful week because I know many of you were looking for me last week. I was on a little vacation, a little time down, and got some, matter of fact, I don't know if you all know, I will be having surgery the 15th and the 16th of August, 2-day surgery. That's what they're telling me. A better feel in terms of the pre-op on the 19th. But I got to get neck surgery, and it's gonna cut my throat, back and front, and all that stuff. Got vertebrae issues going on, nerve issues going on, and so with that, I will be down during that window for how long I don't know. But when you have surgery, you got to make sure you do what the doctors tell you to do. So I will probably not be on social media during that window because I got to get healed. But I solicit your prayers. All right, hey, let's overcome fear. Let me give you this analogy. So let me say this analogy. So I got issues going on, got health issues with my neck and nerves and all that. So we know what the problem is. To get to the other side, hear me today, I have to be willing to go through the pain of submitting to the medical procedure to get to the other side. If I'm afraid, then I keep the condition. Hello, somebody. I protect myself to the degree that I'm afraid to submit to the process that's going to make me better. So I have to have faith and to believe God that when I get through this painful process, because the doctor says it's going to be painful, that when I go through the pain, I will be better. Fear will tell you, avoid the pain, avoid the process, and ultimately you will sabotage the potential of you becoming a better you. Get over it. It's going to be painful. It's going to be difficult. But you can do this. Get to the other side. All right. Be blessed. Have a wonderful day. Let's get this word out. Share. Share. All right.